Welcome back to Car Drive Next, where we dive deep into the cars that matter. Today, we're taking a full look at the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra, a car that may not scream for attention but certainly deserves a second look. For years, the Sentra has occupied a familiar space in the compact sedan market, practical, affordable, and fairly understated. But in 2026, Nissan has given the Sentra a meaningful refresh, and it's clear they're not just trying to keep up, they want to stand out. Let's get behind the lens and explore what this new Sentra has to offer. Whether you're considering your next commuter car or simply curious about how far the Sentra has come, stay with us because this might just surprise you. Starting with the exterior, Nissan has sharpened the Sentra's styling without losing its accessible charm. Up front, the grille is more assertive, taking inspiration from Nissan's V-Motion design language but toning it down to keep things sleek and not overly aggressive. The 2026 model sports slimmer LED headlights with a crystal-clear signature that adds to its upscale feel. Fog lights are now integrated into the lower bumper with a blacked-out housing, giving it a sportier stance. The front fascia sits a bit lower, thanks to tweaks in the suspension and bumper shape, which improves airflow and gives it a slightly wider visual posture. Moving along the side profile, the design remains familiar but now feels more modern. You'll notice subtle creases running from the front fender to the rear tail, adding depth and a sense of motion even when the car is parked. Depending on the trim level, you'll see new 16 to 18-inch alloy wheel designs. Our test model is the senior trim, which features 18-inch gloss black alloys that contrast beautifully with a new storm gray pearl paint. The side mirrors are body-colored with integrated LED turn signals and available heating and blind spot indicators. Door handles are flush-mounted but not retractable, a cost-effective balance of style and functionality. A chrome beltline trim gives the side profile a more refined touch, and the sloping roofline adds a fastback-inspired silhouette that helps the Sentra stand out in a segment often defined by conservative styling. Swinging around to the rear, the 2026 Sentra finishes strong. The taillights have been redesigned with a more angular shape, housing a full LED setup that now stretches further into the trunk lid. It's a small change that makes a big difference in nighttime visibility and visual identity. The senior model gets a black rear spoiler and a faux diffuser integrated into the lower bumper, both of which enhance the sporty aesthetic. There's also a dual exhaust tip on the senior that, while mostly cosmetic, helps convey a sense of performance. The Nissan badge has been updated with the new flat-style logo, centered between clean Sentra badging and optional trim-specific highlights like red accents or piano black trim pieces. Now stepping inside, the 2026 Sentra continues to punch above its price point in terms of design and materials. Immediately, you're greeted by an updated dashboard layout. The central display is now a 10.8-inch touchscreen with Nissan's latest infotainment software, supporting wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The interface is responsive, and physical shortcut buttons remain below the screen for volume, tuning, and climate access, a welcome feature for those tired of touch-only systems. In front of the driver, a 7-inch digital gauge cluster comes standard on all but the base trim, while upper trims receive a 12.3-inch fully digital setup. This cluster is customizable, displaying turn-by-turn navigation, media info, and safety system feedback. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed in the senior trim, wrapped in perforated leather, and houses haptic controls for cruise, voice commands, and media. The seats are surprisingly plush, especially with Nissan's zero-gravity design philosophy. On the senior model, the front seats are heated, with available power adjustment and synthetic leather bolstering. There's red contrast stitching throughout the cabin, which ties together the sporty aesthetic. Rear seat space is adequate for this class, with enough legroom and headroom for most adults, even with the slightly tapered roofline. There's a fold-down armrest with cup holders, rear air vents, and 2 USB-C ports in the back, making it more passenger-friendly than you might expect at this price point. Storage options are practical, with deep door bins, a center console large enough for most smartphones and small tablets, and a glove box that fits more than just your manual. The trunk offers 14.3 cubic feet of cargo space, average for the Class A, and the rear seats fold in a 60-40 split to expand that room further. Under the hood, the 2026 Sentra retains its naturally aspirated 2.0-liter inline-4 engine, delivering 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to Nissan's updated Stronach CVT, which, while not everyone's favorite, is smoother and more responsive than previous generations. The transmission simulates gear shifts under hard acceleration to reduce that rubber band feeling, and it's effective enough to satisfy casual drivers. Fuel economy is solid, with EPA estimates around 30 miles per gallon city and 40 highway for most trims. That makes the Sentra a strong contender for commuters looking to minimize fuel stops. While it's no speed demon, the revised suspension tuning on the 2026 model gives it a more planted feel around corners, with less body roll and a slightly firmer ride that doesn't sacrifice comfort. The senior trim benefits from a sports-tuned suspension that sharpens up the handling even further. Although it's still more daily driver than Canyon Carver, steering is light but precise, and braking performance is adequate, if not exceptional. Nissan also includes a suite of safety features under the Safety Shield 360 umbrella: automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, rear cross-traffic alert, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control, all standard across the board. That alone makes the Sentra one of the more tech-forward options in the segment. When it comes to pricing, Nissan has kept things competitive. The base S model starts just under $22,000, which undercuts many rivals. The SV, with more creature comforts, starts around $23,500, while the top-of-the-line senior trim lands just shy of $26,000. Add a few options, like the premium package with a moonroof, heated steering wheel, and upgraded Bose audio system, and you're looking at a fully loaded Sentra for under $29,000. That's an impressive value when you consider the feature set, comfort, and safety tech you are getting. There's no hybrid or turbocharged variant for 2026, which might leave performance enthusiasts wanting more, but for most buyers in this class, the balance of efficiency, comfort, and reliability makes a compelling case. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Nissan Sentra doesn't try to be something it's not. It leans into its strengths: affordability, safety, and modern design, and with this year's refresh, it adds just enough polish and attitude to move closer to the top of the compact sedan pack. It won't replace a hot hatch or thrill-seeking sports sedan, but if you want a dependable daily driver with better-than-average looks, impressive interior quality, and strong standard safety features, this Sentra is one you'll want to test drive. Thanks for watching Car Drive Next. If you found this review helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dive reviews like this. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of the new Sentra? Would you choose it over a Corolla or Civic? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, drive safe and stay curious.